just they got out drafted right out of the gate. They switched to crossbow, so 10 turns on a crossbow. Like, this is just, they're just overwhelmed right now. This city falls next turn. This crossbow is not going to be able to stop it now. This city's going to be fine, but they lose this city, and they didn't have to. They could have had 2 more swordsmen here, and then another archer turned into a cross. They could have been sitting swordsmen across the board, 2 crossbows that can hit in to defend the immortals. They could have easily been fine here. Like, what's the heavy chariot going to do for you? The walls go up next turn. This city will be fine with the crossbow sitting there. This is a mystery. And again, it's GG's right here. He's just wonder spamming. He's getting his temples up. 185 faith a turn. His culture is 56. He's gonna just do anything he wants up there. Yeah. So city layout's basically exactly how I predicted. 8 cities. I mean, having a good game. Kree's having a good game. What's it getting you? Still not improved for your teammate. That makes me sad. Still not improved for your teammate. You could have been buying swordsmen. You could have been buying 2 swordsmen a turn for the last 2 turns and saved those cities. With crossbows up. With crossbows up, there was no reason to lose this city. Crossbows up, the immortal push is too late. He only brought like 4 immortals. He brought 4 immortals and lost a city because he didn't buy swordsmen to defend. Russia pretty much always... Yeah, Russia's like... If Russia has... Especially with this kind of a spawn with all this tundra, Russia's is unstoppable. They've got the best district in the game with the Lavra. They're already earning 20 points a turn on Great Riders. 10 points a turn on Great Artists. I mean, Greece can't even... Greece can barely counter that at 8. I mean, and now Greece is fighting for their lives. Like, they were never going to stop this. How you let... I'll shut up. Sorry. They're just dying. The Immortals are just killing themselves into the walls now. Yeah. There's no reason. All they did is they stole this settler, brought it over here, settled it just so they could take it back. And then that's it. This is basically a draw. Crossbows are up. The Immortal pushed. They brought 4 Immortals and were able to take back that city. That's all the pressure they put on them. And at this point, they're like, whatever. We'll sim. We won. Russia's GG's. I don't see how this game is anything other than that. 88 faith per turn on Georgia. Not sure what they're doing with it. Getting some harbors up, which is nice. But at some point, you need some science and culture. I mean, they have less science and culture than Georgia, or sorry, than Gorgo, who's been on defense the whole time. 8 turns. Russia already clearly into their golden age. Gonna need more districts to get built here quick. These 2 will get built. They're gonna need to figure something out. If they miss second golden as Georgia, that's just embarrassing. I don't think Beethoven will have it figured out. He's a good player. He'll know what to do here to get his golden age out. But I'd like to see him get more science and culture is the only thing. Like, he's got some good campus. Like, this is a good campus. Get that out. Chop it out. You need some science. I mean, it doesn't matter. His team's going to win. But, I mean, I guess I just... Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Beethoven knows what he's doing. Don't get me wrong. Just a couple things I would do different, I guess. Try and get that science and culture up. It's tough. Because Georgia's a snowball civ, right? You're just monumentality, get tons of cities, get them up and running with the builders. I don't really get the religion play with the international trade route thing. I would have preferred choral music, I would have preferred to see Jesuit education, and Jesuit education, build your campuses, buy your libraries, get your science up, right? At this rate, Georgia dies to Mali at Artie and Cursors. I mean, I don't know. It's possible. I don't think so. It's all that. I mean, look at this. This is a long ways to go. I mean, by the time you travel this distance, your units are irrelevant. Unless you like suzerain Rapa Nui or something like that, and then improved in there or something. But no, Beethoven's a good player. He'll get his stuff up. He just got to get snowballing a little bit. You just got to get snowballing a little bit with districts. I'm glad to see he's not throwing down a bunch of holy sites, but like he doesn't even have districts placed. I mean, granted, this is garbage land. Like there's no rivers for commercial hubs. There's no mountains other than right in here for your campuses. But you can still put a campus down here, put a campus down here, put a campus down here, like campus, whatever. Figure this out. Even throw like 3 or 4 of them in a block. It's at this point, even if they're bad adjacencies, you at least go ahead and build the libraries, and with your city-state control as Georgia, you can control 2 or 3 of these city-states. Have your majority religion. Each envoy counts as 2 in each of these. Get them up to 3. Build your buy your libraries and universities with faith. You know, even if you're bad on your, oh well, they took it back, but they're gonna lose it again. Delete it? They didn't delete it. Why would they let it get taken back? Why wouldn't you delete that? You took it back, you delete it. It's clearly going back to their team. Turd Ferguson, I'm a huge Notre Dame fan. Yes, indeed. Oh, that's right. That's their city. Sorry, you're right. They liberated it. Sorry, you're right. That's their city. Because it's their. It was their. The funny thing is it was their settler. It was their settler, and in my head, I was thinking that it went back to the rightful owners, but they didn't go back to the rightful owners technically. Forest fire much, by the way. Yeah, you guys are right. Not okay. Here's a battering ram coming. 7 turns on this crossbow. Crossbows will probably do the work here. Again, though, like not. I'd like to have seen more purchasing. Japan's at Caravels. This is going to be interesting. Dido's at 36 science. Poop's at 53. How far for Dido to get to Caravels here? They're at buttresses. 6 more turns on Caravels. 4, another 6, and then another 3 coming. Are they trying to take Jerusalem here? Or are they running from this hit? No, it's not really. I mean, they put a city down here, but the biremes will just get demolished. The caravels are about to come swooping in. This is going to be interesting. If Poulp can take out Dido, problem is Russia doesn't have much science. They're going to want to get their science up. Because if Japan can control these seas and start building units to send north... Because at this point, you got to stop Russia, right? You didn't ban Russia when it was the obvious thing to do. Now you got to stop them. Still no lighthouse in here? Still no lighthouse in the capital. Crossbows. Again, why are you still sitting on archers? Your team is making 350 gold a turn. I'm pretty sure they have to have mercenaries by now with this culture. Oh, next turn's mercenaries. Okay. I thought for sure they had mercenaries by now. So, next turn, I want to see... But how do you let this city go? Like, they could have bought a unit in this city. They could have bought 2 or 3 crossbowmen in this city, and the city's saved. Like, did they not like this guy? Prees. Did they not like him? I don't understand. Japan is probably begging for caravels and taking the gold. Well, maybe, but it's greedy. It's greedy as hell. Is what it is. It is greedy as hell. And also not getting this iron up was also greedy. IMO. Still not online. Turn 52. Feels pretty bad, man. Back in the settler up once they saw this. I don't know if they've seen this. They did get the... I didn't keep track of the admirals, but they got the fleet admiral, which is the big one. They delayed their Kothons. I don't know why they waited on the Kothons so much in here, and they gave themselves no chance at the admirals. That was tough. What's up, Nick? Good to see you. I watched them a lot in the days of Brady Quinn and Jeff Samardzija. Yeah. Yeah, Jeff Samardzija. Yeah, he ended up being a pitcher for the Cubs, Jeff Samardzija. I'm not sure what happened to him. He had an injury problem, and I hadn't seen him the last couple of years. He was a great wide receiver. I watched the Brady Quinn days big time. That was great. Can't remember who was the running back, though. You know who else was on that? Golden Tate, who turned out to be just shy of being a Hall of Fame type wide receiver, but a very, very good wide receiver. Golden Tate was on those teams as well. Yeah, Golden Tate. The running back in that era was Gray. Something Gray. He played for the Lions. Was the running back. I'm trying to remember his first name. Something Gray? Maybe? I think so. Something like that. I can't remember who it was. Sometimes people don't mention that they are in trouble. Well, I mean, they got to know. Like, they're on free sim over here. These guys are on freaking cruise control. They should be paying attention to what's happening over here. And now they're just... I mean, they're just turtled up. They're going to get walls, crossbows. They die eventually. You got to hope that Japan can delete these guys, but then you still have to deal with Russia. I'm only 2 hours late, just in time for third relobby. Actually, Irish, we only had one relobby. It was around turn 12, and it's been smooth since then. And the relobby was just because they were having slow turnover. It's good to see you, Mr. Nick. Thanks for being here. Japan is probably... Yeah, it's all... Yeah, very true, Nick. Exactly. Yeah, Jeff made bank, and that would be... Yeah, Jeff's Golden Tate. Yeah, Golden Tate was one of the guys that that Brady Quinn threw to. In fact, I think Golden Tate still holds some wide receiver records there, or in that vicinity. Like he's got some of them or close to it or whatever. Yeah, if they do, yeah, you could just let them live. You could let them live as completely irrelevant and like sim up for whatever reason. Maybe actually, it wouldn't be a bad idea for Felix to bring some Persia down here to help protect this, because the caravels are on the way. That's a possibility. They chose not to settle this city? Oh, they put it back on the water. They're going to go inland, maybe. They realize that they probably can't hold cities on the water. Like, this is probably... I mean, they kind of irrel by gameplay at this point. But, yeah, we'll see. They might... Yeah, they put pressure on, but just let them be cocooned up there as 3 cities for culture. That's a thought. These guys getting any wider? Yes, they are. Another settler there. Their faith return's disgusting. You might as well keep going. Right? You might as well keep going. Persia's protecting you here. Just keep building cities. You've got feed the world. You don't need fresh water. Just keep going. Just keep going. 246 faith a turn on turn 54. That's dirty. 3 turns until medieval. Yeah. 11 turn immortal on the front lines. Hot stuff. Question is they're gonna, as I say, these guys are getting any wider. I don't mind to settle min distance. Yeah, you can get in here. So you settle that, get a little extra food and faith. Some really good 1-3 tiles. This is actually gonna be a really good city. Short of the fresh water problem, of course. It's the only non-fresh that they've settled, though, right? Yeah, they've settled all fresh water. This would be the first non-fresh they did. Hard to get the housing up in that city, though, is the only thing. Colosseum play in here. It hits the capital. Doesn't hit that city. Does it? So it hits 6 cities. Not bad. It's a pretty good Coliseum. One more. Yeah, he's got that going there now. I don't know what he did. More settlers. Interesting, he's building settlers on monumentality. What's his 97 faith return is not bad. This harbor will finish in time to get him to 59 to 53. He'll be fine. Golden Age. He needs a point. Dido's gonna miss probably. Gonna miss. Got it. And Pope's gonna miss. Missing second Golden Age is Japan feels bad, man. Popping settlers, gonna get wide, try to stay relevant for their team. Again, they're in a very good position. Still pushing. I don't know why. They don't kill the city with this. Like, they did such a bargain basement. Like, Felix did a good job. He went bargain basement. He went 4 immortals. Excuse me. He went with 4 immortals and took a city and is still putting pressure on. That's just a testament to... Like, they could have easily won this. They had a general. Get 3 swordsmen across the line with a general if their teammates got the iron online, which they still haven't done. 3 swordsmen across the line, archers back here, and upgrade them to crossbows. They had crossbow tech before the city got taken. They could have held up, crossbowed across the top, and saved this city easily. I wouldn't even have minded a few turns early bringing a... with the gold they had, you could have easily bought out to this tile, stuck an archer here. Once you got crossbow tech, couple turns, came to this tile and shot at the crossbow at the catapult that sat here. Like, there's all kinds of big brain things you could have done to save this. And you had the gold. You had the gold, but they're like, no, save it up. We want to go galleys on Dido. So what? They bring 6 this is going to be pretty nasty. Don't get me wrong. The thing is they don't have enough either. They don't even have enough. They're building the campus. They got 3 biomes. They're protecting here. These guys are going to go flying right past Bermuda Triangle and come down in here, delete this city, take the capital, and then what are you going to do? This Bermuda Triangle is actually killing them because they can't even flank around to try and stop this way. It's just going to be like a 2-12 choke. Gov Plaza finally going to get done, it looks like. Super late Gov Plaza from Russia. They were busy doing things and stuff. Theater squares going up in cities that didn't already have them. Out of curiosity, did anybody faith buy any of these engineers? No engineers have gone. I didn't check which great people were up early. I don't see an engineer gone, no. Because the thing is that if there's one engineer, if the first engineer is ever Umatep, then somebody making tons of faith can always faith buy it. But at this rate, you'd have to faith buy this one to hope it's the next one, and then faith buy that one as well. It's something that Russia could do. They could think about doing that. Nobody's making any points yet. If they ever wanted to, actually, it's too late. Yeah, no, they don't have if you could ever have done it, you could have saved up 6 turns worth of faith and then gambled, bought one, and hope Imhotep was second. That would have been a thought. Repping Montreal, yes sir, Montreal. And this switched to a galley. They got galley tech. Does anybody on their team even make money? No. Well, I mean, not bad, but these two are negative. Like Russia's negative gold. I mean, I know you're not building. You're building like lavers into theater squares, but yikes! Like, where's your gold? Like, Dido failed on their front, and now they've got no gold. So Caravel upgrades are slow. The upgraded, they're like, this is going to be tough. Here they come. Here they come. The cities are going to start falling. 9 turns on the walls, 6 turns on a Caravel. No gold to upgrade. Kiss your cities goodbye. It's still a question of whether or not Russia... I think that's an escape settler right here. This is an escape settler. They need to come up here and build a city up here somewhere behind Russia. And then, but the thing is Russia needs to get their science up. They're going to get to, in fact, they're probably getting really close to theocracy. Yeah, they're on divine right now. They get to theocracy, and next they get to monarchy even, and build their, oh, they probably want theocracy to build your thing. Grandmaster's Chapel, faith by units, but if they're faith buying crap units because they got no science, Japan missing their golden age is going to be a big deal, though. Did they miss it? Where is Japan? Oh no, they made it. They made their golden. Very nicely done. Because missing it would have been a big problem. Because that way they can keep their science up. If they'd have lost all that science, like a lot of this science right here is free inquiry science. If they'd have lost that, they would have lost their edge on Russia. And right now, the play by this team to stop Russia is big science advantage. Take these guys out and put pressure on Russia. Even like Mali, good science because they made their golden. High gold, high faith. Even Mali wouldn't be a bad idea for them to get a couple of settlers in the water and plant them down right here and just faith by units to send north. That would be the play. If I was them, I would do it. I'm assuming they went... Oh, they went free inquiry here. Settlers going to the volcano. See, I don't mind that because they've got the cities they need, I suppose, and that's going to give a big science. But a settler in the water right here, a couple settlers in the water could be a big thing. I need to do things and stuff here. There's no militaristic, right? I'm a militaristic. Let's see what he said. So we go militaristic, right? There's no militaristic city-states, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So militaristic. In here, it doesn't really matter because we cancel each other out. I'll just say entertainment complex, I guess. So militaristic, entertainment complex, and him. I'm voting A though, right? Yep. So A militaristic, A entertainment complex, A max. A militaristic, A entertainment complex, A max. There. Imhotep has been nerfed in most recent BBG to one charge. Oh, was he McFell? What was it? McFo? I'm just going to call you McFo. That's good to know. He needed a hard nerf. It was either needed to nerf the actual output by like MC. Okay, MC makes good. MC. I see MC. I think Mick. MC. That's good to know because it either needed to only have one charge, which is fine. That means you get one free wonder essentially. That's not bad. Or you could like nerf it by like half or so, or 2/3. So that you would need... So if you gave it 2 charges, half the ability, then you could like... You would be able to hit 2 different wonders, half each. and then you would speed up 2 wonders. That wouldn't have been bad either. That I might have voted for that even. Limit bonus to ancient to get the bonus. Yeah, that would have been alright too. But then you still get 2 free wonders, and I mean there's a lot of free wonders out there you could snag. Like, I mean, obviously free pyramids is the first choice because that's the best wonder maybe in the game, along with Colosseum. But yeah, giving away free pyramids, and I guess Hanging Gardens is fine. Free Artemis is all right. I mean, Artemis is a bit of a a rel play sometimes, but if you can have it for free, why not? What are the other options? Oracle. Yeah, see, that's the thing, right? Oracle's pretty strong too. But the thing is that it's hard to. You'd need to get him really early because you can get denied these too. But yeah, if you could get pyramids and Oracle for free, that's still too much. The one tapping of Petras and stuff like that is the crazy part. By the way, we hadn't been down here to see the Petra porn since it came online. Pyramids and Petra. You'll get a theater square in here at some point soon, I hope. Yeah, the simming in Monsterland is pretty hot stuff. Some really strong tiles in here and here. Obviously, the mines get 1 less production, but they get all that bonus gold, right? So they don't look quite as crazy on the production side, but so much sexy gold. Like, look at all this gold, dude. 343 gold per turn. Gorgo sitting at -3. They're going to hold this city. Crossbows everywhere. They probably just let them live. They probably don't even invest into taking this down. Let them live on 3 cities. It helps out Russia with culture victory. It's perfectly fine. This is a disaster. Like I said, big brain plays. I get 2 or even 3 settlers in the water as Mansa Musa, and I park them if there's enough room. You could even take out Jerusalem if you want, although Jerusalem's good for you. Yeah, 2 settlers. You park 2 settlers right here, or even on the other side of the river. You could just that they're closer. Just park 2 settlers right here and right here or something. Like this. And you just faith by units and march them north. That's the big brain play of the day. Limit bonus to ancient. Yeah, it is. If the game has gone long enough for someone to recruit a great engineer, then I think he was a good payoff, but too strong Gaul. Yeah. That's the thing, right? Is if it's not for Gaul or Germany, then it's not too overpowering, right? Because you've got to get full priced industrial zones online, which is going to generally be at least your 3rd district at best in cities. So it's kind of like, yeah, it makes a lot of sense that it's a powerful, thing because you get it online quick, invest in getting them. But when you've got Gaul and or Germany in the game, who can get those districts super cheap, super quick, especially Gaul. I mean, playing Gaul is basically at this point, with the way it was set up, is Gaul gets 2 free wonders. Right? Walls in 3, walls in 2. She needs to be more aggressive. Needs to be more aggressive. Like this, they could have had this city. If they'd have focused everything here, they could have taken the city. As it is, walls are up here. This is going to be tough. Where's the core? Right here. Like, these 2 should come in here and be throttling this city. See, they have the caravel here. That's why they backed away. They need to get this caravel. They could actually save these cities. I mean, they're going to be sitting on, 4-city Dido is as irrel as it gets. Sitting on 4 cities at this point is pretty bad. Like, I mean, as Dido, I don't know why they were delaying the Kothons. They were so late to their Kothons. Get Kothons up, get settlers in every city. Settler card on, pump them out, get to 8, get to 10 cities. Put on free inquiry. Double harbor adjacency card, and your science. Like, this is easy. There's no way that you should get hurt by. There's no way Caravel Japan. This is 2 games in a row actually I've done where Caravel Japan took out Dido because Dido sat on their hands, not doing Dido things. Repair the walls. Back to, I mean, at this point, these guys are just right-clicked on. Oh, what the heck's the name of the technology with the field cannons? Ballistics. Sorry, I kept having metal casting in my head, and then I was like, no, that's field cannons. Or sorry, that's bombards. Field cannons is ballistics. Thank you. I now know what I'm talking about. Do 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 do. Shoot do do do. So yeah, they're basically just parking a unit on their Kothons to be troll. They know they can't take the cities. They didn't get there fast enough. These walls pop in 1. This Caravel's making this city too strong, I think. They might... I mean, they could try. 57's pretty high. If they go hit at the end of the turn, and then hit the beginning of the next turn, it's probably not enough because it heals. It's not going to be enough. And then the walls go up the turn after. So that city lives. These walls save this city. Be curious to see how far north they take this settler, because they've got a settler coming down this way. This settler might... I would imagine this settler just continues to go up here, because there's no reason for them to not at this point. Just cross pass with this settler in the night, slide on up here, because these guys aren't dead yet, but they're dead at frigates, and here come the frigates. Yeah. Pre-builds... Yeah, there you go. Pre-builds turn into frigates. 4 frigates and all these caravels easily get the job done. You just line them up right here. 4 frigates, ding, 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 ding. Walls are gone. You're back to regular hits. You have an extra couple caravels in reserve as healthy, and then you just work your way on down the line. And then you got your cockroach city up here. Is good. We haven't looked at Cree in a while. They did get Coliseum up. Campus is coming online. Having a good solid game. Getting their stats up nicely. A lot of this science here is the fake science from Free Inquiry, but you'll take it. Overall, though, like, they're looking pretty good. Like, free simming, like, a lot of things are going well with the big free simmers here. Japan's doing what they need to do to take down Dido. And then free simming out of their minds. But the problem is how do you ever stop Russia? Like I said, I'd love to see a couple of cities from Monsamusa plop down right here and faith by units and send them north. You're way, way ahead on science. That's the only way to stop them. Russia's still sitting on 39 science. The only way to stop them is put 2 settlers on the other side of that river. Japan needs to make sure they protect that while they get it in play, and then you just faith by units. You got your science right now more than 3-1. Where are they on science right now, by the way? I'd love to see this. They're going top tree a little bit. I don't like that. They're going to banks, I guess, so they can faith by their banks, which I don't mind. But I'd like to see them right-click on ballistics. They have so much science. 4, 10, in like 11 turns, probably less than that because their science is going to keep going up. In 10 or less turns, they could be faith buying field cannons and cuirassiers and bombards out of a couple cities up here. Their culture is easily high enough to get to cores. And you just send them north and delete them. They could easily win this game. That's the play. Settlers in the water right now, and faith by units, turn them into cores, and head out. That's the play. We'll keep an eye out for the frigates. I'm assuming things have been cooled down here. Yes, there's crossbowmen everywhere. Just survive is all you can do. Settlers coming online here. Try and get a little wider. The war early kind of put them in a rel position, but they're getting things done okay. Stats still not coming online here. Like, this is the thing, right? If you Georgia's tricky. You've got to make sure you have a plan. Georgia's a tough pick on, because if you get on inland sea, if you get robbed of mountains like they have, and there's no rivers, like where do you go ahead and get your stats from, right? Like, you can get lots of cities down. Like, most of their stats are just from population, cities and population. But what else do you do? Right? Like, I mean, they've got a campus in here finally. And is this a campus as well? It's an aqueduct. They put an aqueduct in a +3 campus location. I guess this is a +3 as well. And neither one of these cities could reach that. But, and I guess it's the only aqueduct they could build, I suppose, too, because of this. I mean, a city here could have built that one. I don't know. It's fine. It's not as a big deal. But you need to get more districts built, like Government Plaza. I mean, just build some campuses around this, right? Like, build this city one tile over. Campus here. This guy can't put a campus there. They could put their campus here, though. Like, you could get a couple campuses on this. Figure something out. These guys put a campus in here. Another district there. It's a +3. Like, they're just building right in their face, running triple monumentality action on them. Can they stop Russia? That's the big question. Frigates inbound. Dido dies. I guess this is fine. I was saying go up here, but I suppose this is fine if they just throw it like up in here somewhere. I suppose you don't want to take any settles from anybody else, but as long as you're in between your teammates here, this is fine. But yeah, sitting on the Kothons, they're trying to build settlers right now. I mean, they know they're dead, but I mean, why building more settlers just means you're going to greed more land from your neighbor, like from your teammates? I like this, the catapults. I don't mind the catapults. They might have enough science that they could get to bombards, but nobody on their team has gold, so it's really hard to get there. Oh god, construction. Oh, they went top tree, of course. Okay, yeah, so that bombards is out of the question. But I mean, yeah, catapults in every city. Maybe try and slow them down a couple turns. I don't know. I don't really get the settler play, though, that's for sure. Another settler here, but it's heading this way. I am sad faced. They're even running tons of projects just to keep their faith. They're just running faith. I mean, Theater Square Festival to try and slow down faith projects to buy great people, I guess, to try and compete. Molly's on 18 a turn. Russia's at 41 a turn now. Actually, no, they're at 2 a turn. I was going to say 8 a turn seems like a lot. They just did a project. 28, 16. Yeah. The only way you stop Russia now is with force. And they have the science to do it. It's whether or not they have the strats to do it. Okay, so they plop down right here on the volcano. I mean, maybe they can protect you. I mean, your cities are going to get deleted. They can buy units, or like, if not even buy units, just build units and come and kill you. They've got the science on you. Not sure why you're not traveling further. You've got the time. Here come the frigates. Look at how wide George has gotten. I love the wide play. Another settler here. I truly do love the wide play. You got all kinds of land. Just keep going. But I don't know. Are they going to chop out some of these settlers that they've got going in Gori and Kutasia and that? They're going to buy builders and chop them out maybe. Because they're probably getting pretty expensive to buy with Faith. So you just use some of these chops to chop them out. What's their Faith return right now? 142 is pretty nice at this point. In my game yesterday when I was playing the big boy teamers, I had 192, I think, Faith return at around turn 70, turn 75. So pretty good. They've got the walls in every city. Only a couple holy sites is fine. The one thing that they've got going for them is they've been pulling in the appeal Faith. That's getting them a lot of the Faith as well. I'm really curious though what they're doing with this many settlers though, unless they're gonna go settle the tundra. Like, there's one more city out here non-fresh. Then you pretty much got to stop. They can't settle the coast. Maybe they're gonna come this way and do more here, I guess. It's a long ways to walk those settlers over here though. It's a long ways. Be like turn 85 before they get them settled. Grandmaster's Chapel means they can buy units, but I mean, you don't really need to take these guys out. They're the definition of a rel at this point. Forest fires. These guys build their lava there. Oh no, they went theater square first. Okay, probably not a bad idea actually. Buy a builder, chop out the theater square, chop out the amphitheater, accelerate your great people production. No need for more Faith returned. Look at this cluster of mountains. Like, that is such a... This is what happens all the time on Inland Sea. You got these big, giant clusters of mountains in certain areas. Typically on the corners. Statue of Zeus isn't a bad play, because you got to figure horsies are coming at some point. Give you some pre-builds into your, like maybe pikemen or something if you can get there. I don't know, Max maybe doesn't know the game that well. That was a pretty funny joke and I didn't get a response at all. As it feels bad, man, right there. Machu Picchu is a good play in here. That'll give them a lot. That'll give you some really good commercial hub options. Nice campus down in here. Yeah, Kree's having a nice free sim right now. Pretty solid. Yeah, as soon as Russia, as I was just saying to him, as soon as Russia gets to 1, because we have 0 essentially, right? Since we have 0 defense, as soon as they get to 1, they're now dominant over us. 1's greater than 0. But he didn't get the joke, I guess. I thought it was funny. I don't know. Hi Norman, be following you for a few months. I'm hooked on Civ 6. When can we get some more later game beginner strats, please? Later game beginner strats. I'd like to get into doing some more tutorials. They're really popular. My problem is right now is I'm trying to improve my... I'm gonna do some chopping here maybe. Oh, did it go to campus? No, 100% production towards theater square buildings. Wow. That is huge. They're going to be building museums so fast in Russia. Winning that was big. Yeah, they focus Diplo. These guys focus getting their theater squares online, and that's the win. Not getting cultural city-states. Yeah, like he's got his general over here with crossbow, so he's just stepped on the woods and killed some units. But this is just, yeah, not really a major play. He's probably considering getting a general for muskets, maybe making a push, get some bombards. His science hasn't been great though. He's better than this though, but it's well. Still don't see the settlers from Matsumusa incoming. Their superior science could have been so big here. And then the thing is, too, is you could even buy builders and chop out some units to accelerate, right? I would have loved to have seen that. And I missed this, by the way. The frigates arrived and I missed this. Sorry, guys. I kept telling myself to make sure I keep an eye on it. I don't get this either, by the way. I don't get that they were trying to build settlers. I don't get why they stopped here. They should have been up here more, because these guys are going to be able to build superior units and come up here and try and get this. Russia's not going to want to spend time defending them. These guys, I suppose, could bring some units to come over and defend. Yeah, these cities are falling like flapjacks. That doesn't make any sense. Flapjacks? Do flapjacks fall? But yes, I've been trying. So sorry to get back, Toby, to my point. I've been trying to improve my multiplayer game and get on that side. I've been recruited, obviously. For those of you who don't know, I was recruited to play on Zone of Control. So I'll be hopefully playing in games like this in the future, and so that'll be a lot of fun. But in order to do that, I gotta, I've been switching much of my focus to the multiplayer side. So finding time to actually make tutorials is tough. I promised people to get tutorials out for the map builder, and I haven't gotten around to that yet either. I've got to find the time. I've got to make it. Late game strats, a lot of those tutorials take a long time to make. But I would like to get them out, and because they're really successful on the YouTubes as well. I just got to sort that out time wise. This seems over even to an idiot such as myself. Well, I mean, it's interesting. It's over on the seas. Japan won the seas, 100%. It was always going to be a major uphill battle for Gorgo to live over here isolated. They live for now, but they will eventually be able to be pushed hard enough that like they could be wiped out if they wanted to wipe them out, but maybe they don't because they want to keep their culture they want to keep their cities in the game so that the culture victory speeds up here. But it's not necessarily over. Like I said, the play is obvious to me. Buy a couple settlers, march them across the sea. You should be able to get there pretty quick. Put down 2 cities. It should have happened 10 turns ago, for that matter. Put down the 2 cities. They have Grandmaster's Chapel. I'm assuming they built it by now. And they have massive faith production. You buy 2 units every turn out of those 2 cities. You core them up. After 4 or 5 turns, you've got enough units to push this. They have really bad science. 70 science to 172 is not good. If you have, like right here, let's go to Matsumusa. He went fully top tree. They lose. He went fully top tree. They have no plans of trying to stop Russia. Yeah, it's over. I see going banks. I see going cartography. Actually, no, you don't even need cartography, do you? Do you need... Yeah, you need a cartography. I see going banks, cartography, so your settlers can go across. With your science, you beeline in like 8 or 10 turns. They should have had this by now. If they'd have gone cartography into ballistics, they would essentially have it by now. If they'd have done that, they'd have cities, or they'd have settlers probably somewhere in here, and you plop them down. And again, like I said, faith by the units. If you had, like, there's no way. If you marched 4 Cuirassier corps and a couple of bombard corps up towards these cities, there's nothing they could do to stop it. They would be run over. Russia must have gone top tree. They've come to get printing because they might build Forbidden City. Their science is so bad. Their science is so bad. They would take them 20 turns. It would take them 20 turns to get to the science they would need to defend it. And that would keep them off the top tree. I mean, they've got such bad science, they've done almost nothing. And I mean, it's fine. It's the Russia gameplay, right? You don't need science. You build your lavras, you build your theater squares, you build your wonders. You run projects. Bingo, bango, bongo. That's your ball game. And the funny thing is Russia, for some reason, took Crusade. Defender at the time wasn't taken. And Georgia taking Defender. But Defender was available at the time, and they took Crusade. They built Stonehenge, got a free apostle, and went Crusade. I don't know. I'd be curious to ask Beethoven why he did that. It's strange. I don't know why. I mean, Russia, like, they probably had to figure that they were all by themselves and it didn't really matter. But why not just pick Defender in case something happened? Because like I said, there is a play. Keep an eye on this. There is a play where you put settlers down, faith by units, and go wipe them down. Like, it's actually not that hard. You just storm the beaches, throw a couple settlers on there. To deny who, though? Who on the other team needs Crusade? I mean, I guess, like, there's no... Everybody was simming. There's no military play on the other side. Well, Gorgo's on their team. Or, sorry, Georgia's on their team, I should say, not Gorgo. Georgia's on their team. Gorgo wouldn't get a religion. Gorgo didn't even build the holy site. Georgia's on their team. If anything, Georgia could have used Crusade. Convert some cities and make life easier. In fact, this city's already converted to their religion. If they had Crusade, they would actually have the +7 right here. If Georgia had it. They actually denied it to Georgia when Georgia could have used it. And as Russia, when you're just playing a SimFest culture victory gameplay, why not have Defender? If you got nothing else to grab, right? Why not grab Defender? So long, please wait. Yeah. And like I said, like now they've bought a settler. They didn't build, they actually bought this settler. Like this settler could have been up here. This settler could have been up here and just right there. Like they just spent money on a settler that they didn't have. It's like, I mean, they're +50 as it, or +65 as a team on gold, and they just bought a settler. I mean, Japan already won the first Diplo. So even if you kill Gorgo and Dido stayed in the game, you got a long uphill battle having lost the first Congress. Because I'm pretty sure Japan would be sitting on 4 points right now. Yeah. They'd be sitting on 4 points right now to 3. And that must be because Mojavity got built. Did Gorgo build Mojavity? No. Did anybody build Mojavity? Well, how did they get 3 points? Because they only got one of the... They only voted with... Unless they purposely voted in the other direction. I don't know how they got to 3. This frigate comes over. That frigate comes over. I think they both die this next turn. Because this is a 1-hit. These 2 frigates can go to here and hit. 3 frigates and the galley come pretty darn close to killing that. It might just barely be alive. Oh, wow. The play's already on, though. They haven't built Grandmaster's Chapel yet. I guess they don't really have faith production, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I was just going to say, they're using the gold. They're using Mansa Musa gold. Mansa Musa gold, they've purchased heavy chariots. There still is a play here. Yeah, the problem is they're a long ways away. They're 8 turns from getting to cuirassiers. And knights aren't going to quite get the job done, even if it was a surprise attack. I mean, knights could definitely take some stuff down here. Okay, here's the knights. They're gonna try for a knight play here. But I would have much preferred Mansa Musa with their science almost at 200 and their faith production to have a couple cities sitting here faith buying this. The gold purchasing isn't bad. What's their yields at? 552 a turn. Whew. This could be very interesting. Problem is if they both did it as a sneak attack, like a sneaky-ish attack, it would be so much more powerful. Like if you hit here with half a dozen or a dozen knights and then a bunch of cuirassiers up through this main core area, I mean, it would get ugly in a hurry. You'd lose cities in a hurry. Be curious to see. This could be very interesting what happens here the next few turns. It's gonna be very interesting. Sure there was. 15 turns ago when they had, was it 15 turns? 17 turns. They could have easily bought a couple settlers. Instead they took the settlers over here. These two settlers get put in the water. They had cartography. You plop them right here. They own the water, so it's fine. And they could have very easily been at ballistics, but they went industrialization. They could have easily been at ballistics, and 242 faith a turn. You're buying cuirassiers and bombards each turn. Yeah, they have Technocross. They went top tree. They went to they're at industrialization. They've had it for ages. Look at their science. They're at 200 science a turn. They could have had two cities parked here buying units every single turn. Cord them up. They've got to be almost to, I would imagine they're pretty close to nationalism. They've, where are they? They could be doing nationalism right now. They haven't, oh, they're on mercantilism. They could be 2 turns on nationalism right now. Core them up. Cuirassier cores and cuirassier bombards attacking 30 and 35 strength cities. They would walk them over one a turn. They'd lose 2 turn. They'd lose 2 cities a turn, all the way to the capital. Oh yeah, no worries, speaker. I understand. Yeah. There's multiple games going on. I just I mentioned it. You just turned back in. I mentioned this play back in the last Congress. Before last Congress, I was like, you know what I'd love to see? I'd love to see 2 settlers in the water and come over here, because at that point Japan was already caravel pushing here. I was like, 2 settlers in the water, boom, plant them down, faith by units, let's go. And instead, like I said, they build a couple of mediocre cities over here. Just, yeah, if these 2 cities were sitting here right now, these knights plus those cuirassiers, ball game. This is the same map that a team rerolled and Japan got rolled. Don't remember who that was. Yeah, that was that last week or the week before? It was in this corner of the map. Japan got a really crappy spawn and basically rolled over. And it was GG's like an hour and a half into the game. Yeah. That was Wheelchair Gaming who rolled them over. I can't remember the name of it. The other team would have been FAM, I think. Yeah, it was FAM, I think. It was last week, yeah. Other game was interesting. Lots of naval battling, and Falcon Falcon was rampaging the map with Scythia. Oh, nice. Lots of naval battle. I'm going to have to go back. That was Jack, I assume, was playing that, or was doing that one. And they did both drop. That was my fault. I was explaining my theory. They did both drop that turn. I had a feeling they probably would. Harbor's going right back up. They have City Patron Goddess, so these are going up super fast. They've already got these ones up. Japan is starting to roll. And yeah, the knights are coming. Walls. walls. They're still getting greedy. This is greedy here. This is greedy here. I'd have these cities on walls. I'd say screw it. Let's go walls. We're doing fine. Let's not let this end our game. If they pivot here. Now they're on free inquiry. They could buy a builder, chop out the wall. Or not free inquiry, sorry. They're on monumentality. So they could buy a builder, chop out the walls here. That should be the play. But they're about to get pillaged pretty hard. Oh, they've bought. Okay, so they have cursors. They're buying cursors. They've where's their Gov Plaza? They have Grandmaster's Chapel? Yeah. And their faith production's crazy. So this is the thing, right? Like this is what I mentioned earlier. Like the Knights are probably not going to get it done, and Japan doesn't have the science. If this was Mansa Musa doing this right now, which it easily could have been, it'd be a whole different ballgame because it'd be cuirassiers and it'd be cuirassiers and bombards, and you'd have to be defending it here. Now they've got cuirassiers; those will defend pretty well. Those are tough cities to take. Now you put walls in those Knights are going to fail quite miserably. But faith buying over here of the right units would have gotten the job done. As it is right now, Russia's too big. Russia's too big. The Mansa Musa play was the only way. Ad quote was Wheelchair Gaming. They rolled over. Are you allowed to raise in CPL? Raise cities? Sure you are, yeah. You can raise whatever you want. You're only allowed to take and keep one city-state. You can take and destroy and like kill as many city-states as you want. Like this is, yeah, I was just gonna say, why are they not on walls here? Buy a builder, chop them out, throw limes in. Cuirassiers probably hold up though, especially with the walls are up. Like they can come up here and pillage though. They can start destroying shit. It'd be a while before they can do anything about it. So they brought in the cuirassiers out to protect, eh? They can core units up obviously with the culture they're running. So they'll probably continue to faith buy units and core them up. Yeah, this fails miserably. They can pillage. They'll pillage, grab gold, but all the gold does is adds more gold to their pile. Like he has 1,328 gold right now, making 651. What does making more gold do for you? Japan settler. For some reason. I mean, yeah, I think that they could have done it. I think that they could have done it, guys. They're building Watts for science. I don't mind that. They've evangelized into Watts. So that's their religion done. Cross culture for science for Mali is not a bad idea. And then that was he called that Pepega religion for a reason, I think. I don't know why he didn't want at least Jesuit here. You can buy your libraries and stuff, right? Like buy the library, get some theater squares down, buy the library here. He's getting campuses up. If you get the campuses up, just buy the libraries. I mean, that's a whole lot better than gold for international trade routes that you're never going to have. But just wasn't thinking about it, I guess. You heard the sounds. That's the sound of pillaging happening. Walls in 1, they'll start getting shot, but they're not going to die too quick. More cuirassiers. Again, he'll just buy he'll buy cuirassiers because it's the best unit he's got. I would imagine he's probably pushing bottom tree right now. Yeah, he's gone to siege tactics. He'll get Renaissance walls up to protect against that, and then he'll probably he can go muskets. Gets Niter online, but yeah, he's going bottom tree to get better walls up. Essentially, I would imagine he's turned on limes. He does not have limes on. Did I do that right? No. Wars of religion doesn't help him because Japan doesn't have a religion. Again, lots of cuirassiers are kind of a waste because they're not as good as knights and they don't upgrade into anything great, but he cores them up and they're competitive with knights and it does the trick. But the knights are still going to be able to run around and pillage for a while anyway. The problem is that they spent a ton of gold buying the heavy chariots and then a bunch of gold upgrading them, all just to come up here and get the gold back through pillaging, I guess. I mean, you kill the campuses, slow that down a bit. But I don't think Russia dies here. And that means Russia wins. So, background, theater square is still going up. Watts for science, keeping your faith per turn up. Running festivals. More theater squares. He's building these so that he can faith buy the Watts. I'm not sure why he's not. I guess he's faith buying units right now, so he's building the Watt. But he can faith buy the Watts to get his instant science. Finish these, faith buy the Watts. I mean, it's only 2 science, but you build 10 of them. That's 20 science. That's 20% of what he got right now, right? Ochi, how you doing? Norb's the man. I try to be. Too late to the party, Irish. Story of my life, my man. Too late to every party I ever went to. Went top tree when should have gone cuirassiers. Who? Well, a couple people went top tree when they should have gone cuirassiers. I mean, Russia went top tree. So that knight will die if he doesn't get it out of there. Russia went top tree because that's what you do when you go for a culture victory. They switched to bottom tree to help defend now. Again, I don't get the choice of Crusade. That was the mistake. If they were on Defender right now, the life of Japan would be that much harder. They had first choice. They took Crusade over Defend. I don't get it. Maybe it was a misclick. I don't know. Monza. Oh, Monza went. Yeah, Monza as well. Though, I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? Like, Monza. If Monza had come over here, then it would matter. 2 settlers there, then it would matter. Right now, I mean, yeah, he should have built this 20 turns ago when he had settlers on the way over. Now, I mean, what does he do? Top trees, building some theater squares, trying to compete for some great people. Like, he's trying to, I mean, he's crushing great merchants, but what does more gold do for you? He's just going to buy, he's just going to try and buy great people, I guess? Is he able to get a lot of them? Artist, writer. Mansa Musa bought a writer and an artist here. Writer, artist. Musician. He's like, Russia's making so much faith. They're going to be able to faith buy a ton of stuff too, right? Writer, artist. Writers, all the early writers except Gorgo grab one. There's another one there. Yeah, like, I mean, maybe, like, He's running projects so he can grab an extra couple envoys and some, like, 3 envoys. Like, maybe he gets more trade routes, but I mean, you got to start thinking about victory condition, right? Japan's gonna take down Geneva to create more trade route options, I guess. I mean, they're already doing traders to Mansa Musa. I don't really know. I guess they just hadn't taken a city state. They wanted to take one, I guess. We can come back over here again. This is fallen flat. They've pillaged some campuses. They'll get out, but it'll just be... The surprise is over. The cuirassiers are here to save the day, and there's no way. They're getting walls up again in the frontline city. This is... Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go get some water. I'm super dry mouth here. I'm going to grab some water, use facilities. You guys can keep an eye on what's happening here for the next couple minutes. Bolshoi. Projects. I want to see if he faith buys the Watson here after he finishes those temples. Bon appetit. Thank you. Just grabbed a cookie. A little bit of nourishment to get me through the rest of this game. Thank you, King Creepy, for the follow. Also, Deb and Norla Nunson apparently followed in the last couple hours and I missed it. Or maybe I didn't miss it, but I've got goldfish memory. I don't know. Wait, just a sec. Be right back. I was like, I was fighting Irish who were undefeated. No worries. Like, I'm not even sure if they played today. They might not even play today. I'm gonna build me some pasta carbonara. I feel like I could eat a horse. Pasta carbonara sounds good. Gee. Medieval walls, this catapult will be useless. They are heading where they should have headed the first time. All they did by settling here is cost themselves cost themselves a settler and give away a city to these guys. Need a big pot, yeah. How you doing, Bronto? I wanted to. Yeah, they don't play today. ACC Championship next week against Clemson. That's huge. Next Saturday, Notre Dame. I'm just gonna let the wife know that they don't play because I asked her to see if they could find the game. See, I don't know. They're building the Watts when I prefer to see them faith by the Watts. They should be able to faith by the Watts, right? You can faith by your prayer building. If you faith by those, get the instant science, which you could use, and then just do projects. I feel like would be better. I don't know. I'm not sure what the math is on that, but I feel like that's what I would do. Yeah, I don't really know. I mean, I guess, is that just a play to get your stats up? Because I don't really know where the value is in that. $14 out of $59. Monsamoose is trying. Top tree, they go industrial zones. Build their theater square stuff faster. They're getting theater squares online, trying to defend it. Kree's got 253 science. I don't know if they have the production to go to space, though, or not. There's a lot of flat land in here. And a lot of wasted tiles on mountains. So I don't think it threatens space. Man, this could be a long drag them out. If Mansa Musa could ever figure out a way to deny running theater square projects. See, this is why if I would be buying the Watts and running more theater square projects. You have more cities and more theater squares. You run projects, you're going to dominate still. again, too, like, I mean, I guess they had to faith by a lot of stuff, but I mean, you could build more, because every city you build, just get a theater square. Get a theater square, build, like, just even, like, build a city, chop out the theater square, chop out the amphitheater, chop out the museum, earn more points. You're just turning faith into great points, right? What's their yields right now? 562 faith a turn. You could easily be doing that. They're still in. Oh wait, they've rolled over. It just rolled over, so they can't do it anymore. They've switched over to gold from international trade routes. Can they even do international trade routes? Cree have brought a settler up here. A long ways, I might add, in order to provide international trade routes to provide gold. They could do trade routes across here, but they'd have to protect it with units. Kirisur's coming out. This is something I've ignored for a while. Let me check the vote. We'll go Ivory. I'll go A Ivory. I'll go A Max and A Max. Whoops. Whoops. Yeah. A Ivory, A Max, and then A Diplo Victory for Max. So it'd be curious to see here. Where's the they got their sim up a bit, and they're at 147 science. Very nice. I kind of started ignoring Felix over here because oh wow. We missed Argos getting taken. Yeah, the very nice work. Beethoven's a good player. I saw this coming. He pivoted to muskets, and he's musket pushing. And the thing is I don't know if you want to take them out of the game is the problem. If you take them out of the game, have you even brought frigates down here to mess with them? Then it slows down your culture victory. So I don't really know. I feel like maybe you don't want to do this is the only thing. I don't really know the need to do this. Curious to see what their thought process is, because again, they forward settled this. They took this city back. Well, they took the city, which was their settler. 2, 4, 6. Built tons of really nice campuses is the big thing. They had lots of places to build lots of nice campuses, and they've done so. Look at that troll fissure on the +4. It was here, it's a 6, right? Campus, they went harbor. I guess they'll go into campus there. But yeah, they've gotten down enough good campuses. 1, 2, 3. 4. Getting a campus here. What have they done in this city? Just the commercial hub. I mean, geez, chop out a campus. Keep going, you know? Not sure what he's been doing. He hasn't really produced many units. He is producing it now. Getting a general and Kirisur's does have better science. Where's Japan on the tech tree? They're almost to ballistics. So they'll be able to turn these. They bail out. They'll be able to turn these into cuirassiers. But the problem is that Russia's now been alerted to the plans. Not that they probably wouldn't have been able to sniff it out anyway. And they're actually going straight to cavalry. Oh wait, isn't? Yeah, it replaces the cavalry plus whatever strikes when fighting on. Yeah, so I forgot. I was just it completely escaped my mind that it's perfectly fine to go bottom, the bottom on the cuirassiers or the cuirassiers because they turn into their special unit. Okay, there you go. I was like, since I was looking at them, I'm like, wait a minute, they don't need to go up because they're the cavalry. It doesn't show it on the tree there, but the cavalry unit is replaced, and they're going to get the +5 combat strength in their lands, so they're just going to be impossible to push. The cuirassiers will not do anything against the Cossacks. And basically, they're getting their science up. The Watts are getting built. Populations are going up. Science is just getting to the point where it's hard to push. I mean, like Kree is going to settle in their face, but what does Kree do with this? What does Kree? Did they steal the settler? Maybe. Oh, maybe there was a settler out here and they had a horse running around and they stole that. Take a lap. No kidding. I bet you that was a stolen settler. I was trying to figure out why Kree brought a settler up there. For a moment, I was thinking it was because they wanted international trade routes, but they're on the wrong team. Obviously. I don't know why they went. They can't get any. I mean, I guess they do. They do international trade routes across to Persia, and they protect it. Hojo gets a trade route. They actually ganged up and took away the Diplo victory away from Poop. So that's actually this is basically ball game. They're not going to Diplo victory is miles away now. Duplicates of tobacco grant. I bet you any money that these guys here sent a settler out here naked to settle some cities, and this settler got stolen by a horse that was just waiting to snipe. That's almost guaranteed what happened there. Sorry, denying bonus to different civ. Denying what bonus to different civ? Sorry. Yeah, they're just losing knights here for no reason, really. Whoops. Huh. They're trying to get a settler, but I mean, it doesn't live. Like, these frigates can hit this city. They're just living a little bit longer, but for no reason. Oh, wait. Sorry. Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. They can actually protect a city on the coast here because the frigate Japan's actually on their team. The problem is, yeah, I mean, they don't have time. If this settler had been out earlier, they could have brought it over here. And it would have been in super safe, but there's no way this city lasts long enough. There's cuirassiers coming in from one side. General muskets. What kind of walls are these? Oops. Those are ancient walls. So the battering ram works. The knight's not going to do you any good. The reason to capture Geneva? Yeah, well, I mean, it's the Geneva's bonus doesn't work in teamers because they're always at war. Right. So all it does is provide science to campuses, but Japan's team's got more campuses than the other team. Right? It provides bonuses to the buildings, but Cree, losing it actually hurts Cree because they have the most campuses. Geneva dying hurts Cree more than it hurts anybody else. And for that matter, even Japan's got campuses in every city, right? I don't know what are they gonna get. They're gonna put this in the water. I don't know what tech they have for movement. And building this city was a greed play. I don't know why they built this city. If this city wasn't here, they could have settled a city in like 8 turns. I don't think that this lives 8 more turns, that's for sure. This settler was just too late. George is pulled off of the shores so that these guys can't kill him. If anything, though, all this escort units should be just stacked around this city. I don't know why they've brought all these units down here. Unless they're going to build the city here, maybe. Maybe they build the city here, buy another settler. That's actually the play. Because they've got the gold. Build the city here, buy the settler. This city lasts a lot longer than this one does. That's what you do. Will there be an interview after? I don't know. I don't really know much about most of the players on these teams. I do believe most, if not all, of 7G are French. And I don't know how much English they really speak. Beethoven I've played with before, and Felix I know. So if these guys win, and Prop even is, I don't really know him well, but I know he's part of the organization. I could definitely get an interview with these guys. Whether these guys would want to, I don't know. But I'd like to, for sure. So I think that's the play. You settle this city, you stack units around it. The frigates help in the area. I don't know if they have any more frigates up here, but if you could ever get more frigates, anything to help this city survive, maybe even buy them a unit or two inside the city to keep it alive until the settler. I don't know where the settler goes though. Like, you had to drop it on land and plop it up here, maybe? Or you come up in here? Because this play here was just pure greed. I don't understand it. Maybe they built a settler and didn't know where else to put it. But there's absolutely no need for it. I mean, maybe they have a reason. I don't know what it is. Another frigate. So 4 frigates. Stack up knights. Where's their tech at? Probably pretty bad. Obviously, they've got terrible stats at the moment. They're at shipbuilding. Oh, they need shipbuilding to get in the water. So they need 2 turns just to have the next settler get in the water. They could buy the muskets. Muskets would fare a little better than knights. So they build that city. The frigates protect. Yeah, this is all good. I would actually even move the crossbow. I mean, you get rid of the knight. Crossbow here. Pull the knight out. Buy a musket. put the musket here, and then put the knight up on the hill, and then I go another knight, put it here, knight. Sorry, musket, knight, crossbow in the back, and the horse to add support bonus. You just sit here like this with the frigates. There's no chops. Yeah, I like this. This is excellent. Although he probably dies. If he... Yeah, there you go. I probably would have moved him there, and then... Yeah, turned him in a circle. You could... If you could ever get on this tile, you could buy this tile and speed up the walls. This city needs to last long enough to buy a settler, 3 turns, and then... Yeah, I'd be curious to see if this ever works, but I don't think it will. Cuirassier Corps. It's going to be Cuirassier Corps versus Cossack Corps. I don't like your chances. Don't see a general. Only 3 people have ever earned points towards a general, and Greece no longer does. Persia and Georgia. This has been such a free sim game for the most part. I can step in contradictor. What? Traductor. What is that? Traductor. Translator? Is that translator? Translator? Okay. I can usually decipher most French. It's faded from high school. Yeah, translator, yeah. Theater Square projects to continue to attempt the denial. Wow. I thought it was going to take one more turn because I thought they got the walls last turn and this turn. These units going to turn around and kill him. Walls in 7. This isn't going to flip because in a minute it'll realize it's the new capital and not flip. Oh, wow. Golden in Japan is in a dark. This city's flipping to Japan. Because there's gold. They've hit another golden. Japan's in a dark. And this city's actually flipping. I would think Russia's gotta be... Yeah. Gold is the issue on this team. They have some, but they're not making a lot. It's always been the issue. They're actually got armies. They actually have armies. They go 81, 71, but as soon as... Yeah, there you go. Yeah. The Cossacks coming in hot. You turn this into a Cossack. And it loses quite miserably. Yeah, 79, 89. Once those are... I mean, they must be just hoping that they don't have Cossacks yet, I guess. Or make them spend the money to do it. Think of the stream title, Normulator and Translator. Normulator and Translator. Kick. Oh, I think putting the governor in there is now secured this. It's reset. Spy in Japan. This should reset here in a second. Now that it's the only city left. Gotta assume they're in the dark. I don't know they're normal. Kree is in a dark. Monza went golden and in a dark. Man. Poundmaker. That's interesting that Poundmaker went Dark Age despite all the simming they're doing. You can see their culture disappeared. They were relying heavily on pen brush there, and now it's gone. Yeah. Yeah, you can always see the pen brushers suffer, eh? All those guys with pen brush, once it goes away, it's pretty big suffer in the Renaissance. So just to double check. Yeah, it was Monza in Russia. The big boys went golden, and actually Tamar, because Tamar, if you miss golden, then as Tamar, then you're embarrassed. And then a lot of darks. Greece made normal. And what did they end? Did they go Monumentality again or no? Free Inquiry. Yeah, they got their harbors down. Free Inquiry gives them science. Stats are looking a little bit better there now. Some campus is down, like I said. Oh wait, no, it's not Free Inquiry. You can't have Free Inquiry. Oh, it's Golden Age. Okay. Again, I don't understand that pick. I mean, I know there's not a lot to get into Monumentality anymore, but how are you doing trade routes? Japan owns the... Oh, I guess... Oh, they can do trade routes here now. Yeah, because they're gone. Sorry. Yeah, they'll have trade routes through here now. Because these guys are gone. My bad. I think that resets, though, right? You can't lose your capital to loyalty, I don't think. Yeah, so they bought them the settler. Yeah, they're on buttresses now, so they can put it in the water next turn, I would imagine. And then it's going to be all about the travel time. The walls are in 2. Is that going to be fast enough? Probably, because the knight lives. I don't know why they're not buying him a musket. I'd have gotten the knight out and thrown down a musket in there. You're not going to cast a butcher game? Hayden, I didn't get it. I was, I know, Hayden. Sorry, buddy. I didn't get it. This was the only game available earlier in the week, and I needed to find something. And you guys were fighting back and forth in that channel for, like, how many... Like, it seemed like every day there was 20 more messages about who can cast, or who can play when, and all this. And did it ever even get decided when the game's going to be? I feel bad, too. I did the first 3. I wanted to get in on that. You guys just kept delaying and delaying. I normally don't stream on Sundays, and if you guys are going to play all your games on Sunday, then what am I going to do? So the settler would have 3 movement here? Yeah, the thing is the frigates are the big save here. You got to cross the river to hit the knight. I'd still buy them a musket. Why not? You got the money. Monsamusa's just making $850 a pop. I mean, you move the knight out, buy a musket. Gives you a little bit more strength. Just to be safe. Because if you can get this city dead... Oh, here comes the bombard. Walls go up. Bombard with the general comes to where that antiquity is. And shoots. This is going to be very... I don't think it lasts. I don't think it lasts. See, that's why I would have been buying more units in here. They should every turn they should have been buying a musket. By now they could have had 3 muskets around the outside and another musket here. Right? The knights flanking. You could have had 5 or 6 units sitting in here. Now this settler never makes it. The walls are going to slow down the bombard by... So like 2 turns for the walls, and then they hit it again. And they can't get up units. It's this. I don't think there's any way that this settler makes it. Like, there's no place to settle. I mean, you could try to settle here and then buy another settler to skip to there, but I think there was a way to hold this with money. It is, Murphy, it's kind of like Dunkirk, right? It's a little bit like Dunkirk, trying to hold a little piece of land so the boats can come pick up the survivors and get them home. But I don't think they used all the right strats in this case. Yeah, this is just a stalemate. In fact, they're actually pushing back at this point. Look at that. Come in, kill, back away. Like, that's just hot. I mean, yeah, they're just gonna... Look at this. Yeah. Buy, core. He could even buy another one and army it. Have an army every turn. And then these guys are coming over here on the other side. Slow it down. There's just no push. Just imagine Monsamusa was sitting here. How much more trouble they'd be creating. 24 now out of 76 for prop. I mean, getting the defense up is important. Which they're doing slightly. They're doing projects, but wow, 157. Really curious what the end game is here. I'm really wondering whether or not these guys think they can stop the Russian victory. Where are they on the culture tree? Almost to rock bands. 5 turns and the rock bands are cometh. 251 faith. So they've been using their faith to buy stuff still, obviously, with the front here. But 696 a turn, like they can buy a lot of rock bands. They can buy a lot of rock bands. And then you just swing the rock bands over here and down in here. You just bring them all down through here. Dido, right here. This is where Dido lives. Trying to get their Diplo quarter up so that they can provide some Diplo favor. And then this is the life of Greece right here. This is the life of Greece. And the bombards are nailing the frigates now. This probably dies. Well, not probably. This funny, they bought another settler. You know what they probably are doing? They bought another settler, and they're gonna throw this settler down here if they can get it there. I don't even know if that works. Actually, you know what they need to do? They need to put this settler here. They need to put this settler here, and I still don't think it's fast enough. But if they had done that, if they brought this settler directly here and settled it next turn, that it takes them a while to get to this, because this city goes this turn, I think. No, damn close. Yeah, it's gone. All game. It wouldn't have mattered. But if they could have settled the city there, it takes them a while to take this, and then the other settler could have gotten down here somewhere. It's GG's for Agorgo. Hendu is crying. Interesting that they did that, though. I'm curious, because that actually slows down the rate at which they can get tourists in Russia by taking them out of the game. I guess maybe that's a Diplo play to make sure they control Congress. But I don't know if I want to slow it down or not, to be honest with you. Cossack is just in their land, right? +5 combat strength when fighting in or adjacent to its own territory. Can move after attacking if movement points remain, yeah. So, yeah, we're just along their border. It's not on their con or anything like that, so they can't really push with them. They can just defend, which is cool. I mean, that's really what the Cossacks always did, right? Is they just survived. Yeah, this settler that they stole, probably going to plant it down next turn right here. Oh. I stand corrected. They could have planted it down this turn. They wanted to go get... Oh, they'd have to cold discover by now, so they want to jump on that 2-3. I don't know if I do that, though. I'd settle here, buy that. Why waste a 2-2 in a flat area? I mean, the city's... Turn 85, the city's not going to have a whole lot of impact on the game. Yeah, right here. These were their 4 cities, and they got absolutely demolished by frigates and caravels. They put a city here, which was just a waste of money, because then they had to buy another settler for them. They bought a settler, got it here. Then they had to buy another settler to go up here. They had time if they'd have walked all the way up. They would have gotten it there in time and not had to buy the settler out of there, but not a big deal. These guys won't be nearly as strong out on their border. I mean, you just defend, right? These guys pushed them away. They could... I mean, this one-tile choke's rough, but I'd still be covering it. I mean... What? Oh. Max disconnected. He's the other caster. I was wondering why they unpaused it. Like, Kree's got good science, but I don't know if they've got the land to go to space. They're a long ways from space. I think Culture Victory happens before. Monza's got their culture up pretty good there now, too. Wow. This could be like a crazy long... Oh, wow, look at this. They just faith bought a bunch. They just faith bought a bunch of So one thing that this has done, even though it's been a fail, is spending a lot of faith on units. And by faith buying all these units, they haven't been faith buying... Yeah. This could be a long game. Oh. Blocked by denounce. Spectator, he hot joined. I don't mean by blocked by denounce spectator. So the spectator hot joining back in has screwed things up? I don't know what's going on. Game's already hours long. Jeebus, what's a long one? This game's been going on 4 hours or so. A long one is 6. A long one is about 6. I was hoping it wouldn't be too long of a game today, to be honest with you, because I need to go get groceries and stuff this afternoon to deliver to mom and stepdad tomorrow morning. Because, of course, tomorrow, boot the zone of control fan zone back up, because we're doing more Domidar perspective. Big game tomorrow. So much hype. So much hype. Domidar, Fish, Jessica, and Noob going to be back at it tomorrow in the zone of control game. It's going to be so hot. What time? Same time as today. Deliveries can be delivered Shebu. Well, I mean, it's a lot of groceries, a lot of it's a lot of different stuff. It's like all perishables and vegetables and fruits and all that kind of stuff, and rather pick them up ourselves and get the good stuff. But yeah, game is same time as this one. 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock my time. 10-minute break. Has there been any more game development progress on Old World? Wishy, I don't know. I haven't paid that close attention. I played that for maybe 6 or 8 days. I enjoyed it. Try to run with, I think, most of the different civilizations, but it lacks a lot of depth. Only 6 civs or whatever, or leaders or whatever you want to call them. A lot of work to be done graphically on that game, and choice-wise is pretty linear. So definitely a lot of work to do. It definitely has potential, but so yeah, tomorrow, same time, 8 o'clock tomorrow in the morning, local time, 10 a.m. on the East Coast. 3 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time. Yeah. So we have a 9-minute break, or 10-minute break, 9 minutes left in it. So, where do we stand in this game anyway? Was the Old World where you trained your kids as successors? Yeah. So every turn you got a year older, and then you had successors. That's exactly which one it was, Irish. Yeah. And so you'd have a successor, and then they got older and things like that. Japan with full naval control looks dangerous. I mean, it's nice that they have full naval control. It keeps everybody else off the coast, but unless they have a plan to destroy Russia, they're going to be hard to stop. They're building all the wonders. Broadway is coming online. They already built Bolshoi. I'm not really sure. In order to compete, Mansa Musa is running crazy amounts of projects, which they are competing. With all this land, though, national parks. I would imagine they make some national parks. I would have kept getting wider, to be honest with you. I don't know. I mean, they're obviously super wide. Look at the control they have, but I just don't know how you stop them. I don't know how you stop them, guys. It's turned into a very interesting game. Like you can see on the map here, right? When you see this, I can't really get rid of that, but I mean, Russia here in the north, Japan controlled the seas after Daido really played poorly. Daido hit up here, and then so basically Georgia started here, Persia started here, and Gorgo was here, and there was an early push here, which took one city here, and then it kind of halted, and then the Musket pushed this direction as Gorgo was kind of zoned in here and didn't have much to do, and they basically walked through them and eventually eliminated them before they could get out. So that happened there. Like that. So these guys are teammates doing their thing of Russia. So it's kind of this versus this and the ocean. But this doesn't do a lot for them. There's no way that this does anything. It's basically, at this point, can Mansa Musa defend culture victory from Russia long enough for Kree to go to space. Wider, you don't have time to do everything you want. Well, the thing is like I was saying, Seb, is if you go wider, just plan out like 2 or 3 more cities here, maybe 1 or 2 more there. Is even if all you ever do is buy the settler, plant the city down, buy a builder in the city, chop out a theater square, chop out the amphitheater, chop out the museum, whatever. Because there's lots of chops up there, lots of trees. And then just have the land there. Make sure you got lots of builders, and then you just, as soon as you get to environmentalism or whatever, plant trees, build park. Plant trees, build park. They're making like 600 and something faith a turn. You could also build your Lavra, obviously, which is super cheap. With Dance of the Aurora, you're making another 12 faith or whatever, 16 faith a turn on each Lavra. So you build a Lavra, chop out the theater square, get the buildings, and that's all you got to do. That's all these cities have to do. Both theater square and the Lavra provide adjacency bonus for appeal, plus appeal. So then all you're doing is adding a couple districts that will improve the parks, right? And you can do parks all in here, parks all in there. Like out here, right? Like you just have all these chops you could do, and then you just plant the trees back down, build some national parks through here. It's a little bit tough in here because it's all been like developed in that, right? But maybe up in here you could do a national park or 2 down in here. Gets expensive, but like I said, almost 700 faith a turn. Plus, if you had more cities, it'd be even higher, right? Because you have the Lavra. Like this here is 12 faith a turn, plus the shrine, plus the temple, plus the Watt. That right there, that just one of those is probably making you... How many holy site cities are there in this? City-states. There's 3 of them. So you could have... Even if you just had 3 envoys in each, which they'd have more than that, but even if you had 3, you'd have 3 is 5, and then the temples would be 6 plus 4 is 10, 15. 15, and you'd have 27. Plus the Watt is 3, I think, 3 faiths. So 30. A fully built holy site with 3 tundra around it, or 6 tundra around it, with Dance of Aurora is 30 faith per turn. So that would be, if you build like a couple more, if you build a couple more here and 3 more here, right? It's another 150 faith or so a turn. That means you're getting rock bands and whatchamacallits up faster. National parks. Why chop? Just for speed. Because you're right, the first growth would give higher appeal, but if you don't chop, then you never really get the theater square built. This late in the game, the theater square costs a lot more money because of how many techs you've got. Like, you're so far in the civics tree, a theater square in a brand new city would take like 20, 25 turns. So then you never get the theater square built. You could build the holy site and then that's it. But if you want a theater square, you'd have to chop it at this point. And a theater square with its buildings has more value than the extra tourism you get from a couple of trees here and there. Because yeah, otherwise, like, look at this. This theater square here, as a perfect example, it's already a third of the way done, right? Give or take. And it's still 13 more turns at pop 4. If you plant that theater square down at pop 1, it's probably working 2 production base and 2 production tile, or 3 production tile or whatever. Yeah. 24 turns. And then you get more pop. Like, look at that. 13 more turns for the second half, and he's on 4 pop. So it would take at least 20 turns to build it cold. Made 20 turns on online speed. I mean, look at this rate right here without chopping it. It's gonna be done turn 100. Now, mind you, if you had a builder out here and you mined a bunch of this up, you'd be in much better shape. But yeah, I was just suggesting the chops because otherwise the theater square doesn't get built in time to be relevant. Listen, 158 science. Gonna be hard to push that. Kree's got the science. Where are they on the tech tree? We got good science to go into rocketry. This is basically the play. The play essentially is they're going to mine for gold, I think, because they need gold on Russia's team. They're just going to hang out and pillage for the gold. Hold this pass. These guys kind of had to run off. They need to protect this trade route, though. These guys need to figure out a way to protect this trade route. He needs more units. This is nice and all, but I would have these guys back here. This guy should be standing over here protecting this trade route. Make sure this trade route is protected. This covered pass, couple guys in here. Sub count. 110 Irish. 110 subscribers is our current numero. He is going research labs. Actually has them built in a lot of his cities, which is getting him his science. Lots of really good campuses as well, so the whatchamacallit card is definitely doing work for him. The rationalism card's doing pretty good work for him on all these campuses. Irish! Thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs. That's going to put us at 115, I do believe, if my math is correct. Old dude, hey buddy, how are you? Thank you very much. You've now gifted 20 subs to the channel, Irish. That's very generous of you, bud. Tordrid, speaking of best players in the world. Was I speaking of best players in the world? Boreal, Son of Thor, Van Bradley, and Terribo. Terribo? Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for hanging out. You guys are the very lucky recipients of Tier 1 subs to the channel, commercial-free viewing of yours truly. 2 days to go for my 19-month sub here. Sweet, old dude. That's sweet, buddy. 19 months. Trade route between Monse and Kree must be huge. Oh, yeah. The trade routing right here is poggers, I'm only imagining. I don't know if I can see that or not. Oops. Not do that. No, it doesn't let me. It doesn't let me. It doesn't let me click on their trade routes. I can only imagine it's disgusting, though. He's only making 57 gold a turn, so he must be on. He must be sitting on internals. My guess is he's sitting on. Yeah, he's got Moksha in the cap, or sorry, Pingala in the cap with his Gov Plaza. I can only imagine he's sitting on internals, and then he's sending gold. The trade routes are going to him. They're probably be curious to see the production in the city. I can't really. There's no real way to see that, I don't think. No, there's no way to see it. I mean, there's not a lot of production in this city, but with all those trade routes, My pleasure, Norm's great community. Let's grow it. Absolutely, let's grow it. Hold mouse over city center. Will that get it for me? Oh, there you go. Nice. 95 production. 62. This is not going to be good. 33. See, he doesn't have a ton of production. It's going to be a slow to space. 45. 62. I think I already did that one. 53. So his capital's not even at 100. It's going to be a long time to get to space in this game. Like, none of these are all that good. So he doesn't even have 100 in the capital. All these wasted mountains. And then districts. And yeah, like... I don't like this Temple of Artemis in this city at all. He took Lisbon down. I'm not really sure what all these troops are doing. Oh, he's just deleting the city-states, maybe. Yeah, it's a long journey to space, but Monza's disrupting the culture victory quite a bit. Oh. Here's the first naturalist. Oh, no, it's not. He's already got one here. He needs more trees up, though. He needs more builders to get more trees up. This is where it'd be super valuable to still be in monumentality. Because he could be buying the builders with faith and just throwing trees down all over this land. Buy a settler, just nothing but trees. Plop down national parks. What is it called when you hold the mouse over something? I cannot remember the term. What? Dangle? I don't know. Dangle the mouse? Yeah, he's come forward to protect the trade route. If he comes and pillages it, he probably dies. Yeah. Core Cuirassar. And an army Cossack. I'm pretty sure if he goes there, he probably dies. And it's a general, yeah. Hover? Maybe. Yeah, hover the mouse. Yeah. Well, that's interesting. Oh, wow. They fed them. Russia took this city down. And they just that was a bad move. They took the city and then Japan was able to liberate it. Oh no, sorry, no they didn't. I've got that backwards. I no, they didn't. I'm an idiot. Russia liberated the city. That's what happened. These guys are coming down here. They liberated this Dido city. My bad. Terrible. Thank you for the follow. I've just analyzing this game to death, and I completely misspoke there. But yeah, this was some serious Diplo favor. Not that they need it being up four guys to 3, but they just liberated that city for some serious. I don't know how they take it and keep it. Well, I guess the Caravel jumps in, but then they might get it back. Yeah, I messed that up in my head. How that worked. Whew, excuse me. Long game. Interesting, though. An interesting one. Look at the borders. They're in the 5th ring in these cities with the Russian borders. All the way up into the snow. Like, just total land grab. I mean, I think it's at least, based on Kree's production, I think they're at least 40 turns from a science victory, to be honest with you. Maybe even more. Because even with like cities that have 200 or 300 production, like you have so many techs to go through and so many big projects to go through. Like just, I mean, Forbidden City can be helpful getting research labs up, but like 8 and 10 turn research labs because you've got crap cities is just so slow. Their science is at 407 now. Anyways, when you hover over the mouse over anything in Civ 6, you can hold the Shift key to keep it to make it pop up instantly. In case you were interested and impatient as I am. Oh, what? And hold the Shift key. Maybe that does. I don't know. Oh, you hold the Shift key first, you mean? Ah. Relobby FD sync again. Great. Be curious to see if what is the science 121? That'd be kind of a suicidal push into Matsumusa, I would think. Although Matsumusa went top tree. I mean, you could. I mean, putting pressure on here to slow him down from doing anything culturally is probably smart. It is supposed to work. Also, you can set it up in settings to 0 time. Yeah, I know you could do the settings thing. But yeah, holding 0. It is pretty useful. Yeah, you just hold down the Shift key. And once you're holding down the Shift key, it just instantly is popping up anything you're hovered over. It'll just tell you as soon as you get there. That is very useful. Yeah, they're getting desyncs. It's taking forever to go over turns. Yes, no moves. Just when the turn rolls over, nobody moves. Son of Thor, thank you very much for the biddies. Cheers, shared rewards, 25. Thank you very much for that. Thanks to Norm and Irish. Yes, look at that. Thank you very much for the 1,000 biddies. You were one of the people who got a gifted sub, were you? Yeah, there you go. Look at that. Giving back to the community. I appreciate that, bud. Thank you. Where is... Shit, where is it? Oh, there it is. Paying it forward. Yeah, that's fantastic. Appreciate that. Every little bit helps. I needed to... It's Fish's birthday today. I just wanted to... paying it back forward again and again. Now 22 gifted subs. Thank you, Irish. Gifted to Ochi. Nice. Ochi's always hanging out. Appreciate that. That's the energy I'm talking about. And even bringing in the batteries. I like that. I like that. Energizer Bunny. Let's go. Relobbies are supposed to take a couple of minutes. Like, this drives me nuts. Okay, we just had a 10-minute break like 10 minutes ago, and then it's like, okay, we need to relobby, and then everybody's just effing off. Prince is what I play. Me not good enough for deity. Oh, tooltip. Oh, yes, the pop-up is like a tooltip, basically. I mean, tooltip in some cases, in other cases, is just like an info panel, right? Some sort of an info panel. But yeah, tooltip. Get it done. Oh, he's still joining. Beethoven's got a slow join, I guess. Momentum is not a thing in the Civ CPL world. No, it's not. I think he's having an issue with his computer or something. Now it's saying, yeah, he's not even. He's probably gonna reset his computer. Like, this is the thing that it's just like, this kind of stuff so frustrating. I really wanted to be done this game by 2. It's 12:41. We started at 8 o'clock this morning. We're 4.5 hours in. It's almost 9 there. We're Central European time then, eh? Central European. Okay, everyone's ready up. What are we waiting for? Okay. Yeah, because it feels like a freaking drag 'em out game here, because Monsamus is defending the culture quite well while Russia's trying to push it, and then Cree is trying to get the space while the defense is going on, and that's how this game's going to be won or lost. I don't know. Russia had such a head start. If they get if they start spamming national parks and rock bands, it's gonna be hard to stop that, because space is so far away. Space is a long ways away for Cree, because they have terrible production. Their best cities are capital with less than 100 production. Irish, T Nerd has received now a gifted sub from my man Irish. Thank you. Irish is just making it rain up in here today. Thank you very much, Irish. Very generous of you. We're now might not updated 118, 119 subscribers. Spectator nuke should be a thing. Yeah, it's like, all right, guys, it's been 6 hours. I'm gonna just spin the roulette wheel, and whoever it lands on gets a nuke. Every turn, every city on the map is a spot on the roulette table. You just spin that baby around, and then whichever it lands on gets a nuke until the game's over. What are we doing now? This is the same game we've just relobbied. It took longer to relobby than it should have. Oh, this city's now deleted. When they took it, they deleted it instead of letting them liberate it. Because they knew that too. They knew that if they took this city, that they would just retake it. And every time they retook it, they would liberate it to Dido, and they would keep getting more Diplo favor. And the last thing they need is more Diplo favor, because they're already going to control Diplo so hard. You can see here, these guys' total Diplo is 400 points. These guys' total Diplo is over 800 points. They have more than twice as much Diplo. The big question is who's built the wonders? Did anybody... Where's the Congress at? Is anybody even going for diplomacy? Yeah, 5 and 3. I don't even think Mohabiti's been built. If you click on a player... Can you do the search? I think you can. Oh, it's Mohabiti. Is it Mohabiti? Yeah, Mohabiti Temple. There we go. Oh, Russia built it. Where the hell is it? Oh, it's right here? Must be that there. Okay. Mohabiti. So they've built that. And then Potala Palace. Nobody's built that. And then I'm assuming nobody's built statue either then. If somebody built statue, you'd be able to see all the points. So nobody's even trying. Yeah. And he can't get on the water, so he could never build statue. But Mohabiti being rejected, plus Japan losing 2 points last turn, like it's just no way it ever goes Diplo this late to have this few points. Now I heard a lot of purchasing over here. What was I hearing that was being, or upgrading maybe? Not really sure. This is just hanging out. Oh, this is what we heard. Holy shit. Pardon my French. He saved up some faith and just bought, and the thing is they'd be cheaper because he'd be 100% in theocracy right now, I'm sure. His government. Yeah. He's in theocracy, so they would have been cheaper to buy with faith. Holy He totally stuck that that cursor in the water, and so now they can't kill it without bringing over a ranged unit. That's hilarious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rock bands. They're all going to come over here and just do a flurry. I really hope that the culture victory accelerates. Not that I'm cheering for any one team, but I do not want to sit here having the CV victory denied back and forth for 60 turns while these guys go to space. Like, that would just be absolutely eye-numbing. Almost been, like... It's just, other than... Oh, that's Max. Okay. Maybe Max stays out because that's twice he's done that, and I think it's created the relobby the last time. Other than the battle on this front here to take out Gorgo, and then this massacre here to take out Dido, there's been like no military. Like, it's been free sim, free sim, free sim, free sim, free sim, and then other than a little bit of conflict, free sim. It's just been... And I mean, I love me some free sim when I'm playing. Don't get me wrong. But the complete and total lack of military conflict for most of this game was just been agonizing for the most part. It's just been a couple of teams. Like these guys, no offense to them, but like if they tried this strategy against top CWC teams, get absolutely run over. Absolutely run over trying to free sim. Like, I mean, could you imagine how entertaining it would have been if Mansa Musa had thrown down those cities here and just faith bought units and came and took it to him? Chaos, yeah. Is this the large map? I think it's standard size, but the standard size inland sea is bigger than a standard size of some other ones. Particularly land-wise, because there's no water around the edges, right? So there's a lot of land. Like it's impossible to cover all the land on these maps because they're just normally on a Pangea like this would all be water, right? Water, 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 all in here, and instead there's just a little bit of water on the inside. So like, I mean, you can't get to it all. Like look at this. You just can't get there. You can just get so many cities. Like, look at Roraima. This is the first time I even saw this. Roraima sitting out here untapped. I'm a little bit disappointed in Georgia for not getting a settler over here and settling on this lake and snatching up all these beautiful. Because look at this. All the good tiles are hills. Plains hills. Oh my goodness gracious me. Hey, Shockman. Can Japan nuke? Ugh. I mean, maybe it gets to nukes. They're a long ways away, technologically speaking. Oh, here we go. See. Oh, and I've got an... Oh, my God. Yes, rip indeed. Japan has not had huge science. They had one era where they had a pretty good free inquiry early on, but they haven't had huge science. They got to be a long ways from nukes. Korea is really the only ones with the big science, but they're way too far to have any ability. There's not really any way in which Kree nukes anybody, and their production's so low. Their science victory is going to take forever. Sorry, where am I? I'm in the wrong spot. My game just crashed. The old fire access crash. But yeah, I mean, hopefully the culture victory takes off, like I was saying, because otherwise, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like I'm not going to sit here for 3 more hours waiting for turns to tick off with no combat and stuff. I'll happily stream an exciting game for 6 hours. I'm not streaming a science victory for 7.5. I got to get groceries and deliver them to my mom and stepdad.
In the beginning, legends of flying men soared, and today you are on the brink of transforming those legends into a reality.
Yeah, this was just like both teams. Both teams had a plan, and that plan was to simulate as much as possible and war as little as possible. Like neither one of these teams had any interest in a military battle whatsoever. The only war that ever really happened was a 2v1. Georgia and Persia were in a position where they could 2v1 their neighbors, so they did it. Other than that, everybody else has been on free sim. I'm not sure what happened to that unit. They had a unit in that city and then it's gone. I must run. Wife woke up from her well-earned nap. Is she listening right now? Well-earned nap. We are setting up the tree. Oh, nice. Making you listen to Christmas music. I love me some Christmas music. Our tree's been up for like 3 or 4 weeks now. Now it's relobbying. The really sad part about this, the really sad part, is that the Joy Wheelchair Gaming game started a little over an hour ago. If I'd have known that their game would have been starting at 12 o'clock today, because they took forever to decide, I would have not taken this game and taken that one. Then I could have done the grocery thing all morning and comfortably got into that game. Instead, I'm sitting here watching a Simfest and doing relobbies. That can go Perry Como, Dean Martin. That is Christmas music to me. Oh, I agree. All the classics, not the country music like fresh stuff. Absolutely, I agree. Anyway, I'm not gonna bother. It's got nothing to do with swapping POVs. I will cast the game however I want. They can go ahead and play the game however they want. They can kiss my butt. I've been in this game for almost 5 hours and my game crashed. It had nothing to do with me disconnecting. Laters, yes, old dude. Enjoy the time, buddy. Kiss it, indeed. Norm is one of those people with his Halloween stuff up in August. No, not Halloween is essentially nothing. We essentially have nothing up in the Halloween perspective. The rock bands are just going to be so huge. He's going to get so much culture out of these. Deluxe Philippe, please stop swapping POVs. What? Stop switching POVs? What do you want me to do? Just stare at your free sim all day? Jesus Christ. Like it's not me. My computer and internet are amazing, and this please wait in between turns is them. It's not me. I've been perfectly fine. Nobody's been waiting on me for 5 hours. I had a fire access crash after the third relobby. Nothing to do with me. You know what I just realized though? Can can the rock band pass through another team's holy or another team's military district, like an encampment? I don't think they can. I know that military units can't pass through another team's encampment, even if they're allied. So these are going to have to... And look at this. In this pass and in this pass. These rock bands are going to have to come all the way down through here and around the bottom. I guess they got lots to get to here as well. Either that or they go up top. Oh, I was wrong. They can't actually go through. They're fine. It'd be nice if some of them started having success, though. Oh, he has a tunnel. You're right. There's tunnels there now. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I didn't see the tunnels until you said that. Good eye. Good eye, Shockman. Good eye, Nightshade. GG's. Yeah, Shockman. I was disappointed that back and forth between Joy and Wheelchair Gaming all week about who could play when, and we can't do this, and we can do that, and we can't do that, but we can do this. If they'd have just made their minds up, I'd have signed up for that game in a heartbeat. Because I've already done 3 of them. I really enjoy the games. They're always very combative and enjoyable. And then this has just been like freaking Inland Sea Simfest. Making me cry. So he played on the campus, so that one must have had the campus boost and still wasn't successful. This game has been mostly an exception to what I've seen so far. Yeah, it's just been unfortunate. It's just a snooze fest, yeah. Artie's coming online. They must be pushing tanks. But I don't think it's going to matter because the science is on par. They've gone top tree. They're actually heading to flight. Okay, they're going to flight. So they might. I mean, certainly the Cossacks will hold up pretty well. The Cossack armies will hold up pretty well, but the Arties are coming. It'd be interesting to see what happens here. So this game can become one-dimensional, so it's a bit refreshing to see some attempt at a potential science victory or focus or simming. I mean, I enjoy simming myself when I'm playing a game, but just watching the timer tick down on cities. Oh, he's got 7 turns left on that theater square project. Oh, he's got 11 turns left on that. Oh, now it's 10 turns left on the theater square. Like, I think I'm done. I don't have the patience for it. We're going to have to relobby again. It's going to take people 10 minutes to relobby because they have crappy computers. Some early, and how you doing? I don't know. I'm not going to sit here watching resyncs for hours while these guys count down the time to a culture victory. 38. Let's see what kind of progress these rock bands make. I mean, these aren't very good though, right? Like mountains have a stuck appeal at 4. 2 of these tiles have no trees, and none of them have trees around them. Right? Like other than this tree here, there's no trees around them, so there's nothing adding to anything. Like waiting for Propagupta, like these guys just they're gonna need to relobby again and again. I mean, they're just sitting here running Theater Square projects. They're gonna turn these into tanks. Maybe things get interesting. He has 1,000 faith. He's gonna be able to buy more rock bands. Probably he's bought what, 8 so far, maybe, or something like that. So maybe they cost about 600 right now, 650. I think they start at 4, right? What do they start at? No, less than that. I think they start less than that, and then he would have the Theocracy discount. For me, it's nice to change for change to see games to go late, but sucks for when you have things to time to better. I mean, I don't mind if it was like super exciting, but late games with military is awesome. If there was tanks and planes flying around, it'd be exciting to watch. But like this, not exciting. This, not exciting. Counting down the turns until the next Theater Square project finishes? Not exciting. I mean, do they even have 1,000 production yet in their capital? Or 100 production? They're up to 122 production in their capital. 69 in their second city. 39. Like, they're going to be forever getting to space. Wow. Double successful rock bands. Let's go. Currently at 39. Let's see where they go to. If they're getting promotions off of these, this could escalate quickly. That one failed. Plus 2,000 tourism. Wow. Keep them coming. 625. Another successful one. Never seen a science game in CPL? I don't think I have either. I've seen Culture, and I've seen games see to a team having so much science that is inevitable. But there's no way. There's nothing inevitable about Kree's science victory here. I mean, there's at turn 94, 537 science is not that much, and their culture has been bad all game, which means they're not getting to the governments they need and the government policies they need. And they've got terrible production in their cities comparatively. Like, you need to have like a city that's got 200 plus production in it, and then a bunch of other cities that have got, 100, 150. Like, you need to be running research projects and pulling out 1,000 science a turn easy. Like, this game's got, if it's a science victory, it's 140 turns easy. At this point. Yes, they are. They're building Mont Saint Michel in 5 turns. What for? Nothing else to do. Just sitting around waiting for the victory screen. Like, literally, what are they going to do? I mean, they probably would be a bad idea for them to be building units so that they can defend this. If I were them, I'd be building units to defend from the tank push. Because these are going to be tank armies. They need more artillery, but these are going to be tank armies soon. It would probably be not a bad idea for these guys to be like campus, library. I mean, the shipyards would be valuable as far as building more units, but I mean, they have no way of defending tank armies right now. They've got the science. 171 science. Their science is they're probably in the vicinity of like they could definitely probably get up pike and shots. And they could go pike and shot corps, pike and shot armies. I don't have the culture. Pike and shot corps anyway. Stack up pike and shot corps through those gaps. You'd be fine. Grab a general. They've been the only ones making consistent general points all game. Yeah, if they don't reload, because the thing is this is not entertaining to watch for you guys. It's not entertaining for me to be broadcasting it, and certainly turning this over to YouTube. I'm not going to edit out every 3 or 4 minutes of reload in between every turn. And so this won't be valuable to put up on YouTube either. So I don't know. He went up 10 that turn. He went from 39 to 49. If he goes up 10 a turn every turn, even if the target ends up being 150, it's over in 10 turns. He won't even have a spaceport built by then.